attitude, I think that they what do they want to see that now?
That's crazy,
You
isn't it?
can't have that in a
Yeah.
professional game.
No, no, I agree. It just doesn't make any sense. And I thought Cash's challenge, although it injured Doherty, he did get the ball, but he was following through. I'm
Mm,
surprised he didn't hurt himself, actually. And then Mings's challenge on Kulisaski, well, I just think Mings is a bit of a twat anyway. I mean,
mm,
he
mhm.
wanders around chewing gum like he's some kind of
Yeah.
superhero.
Yeah, I'm
And
glad Kulu nutmegged him.
yeah, that was lovely, wasn't it? Yeah, yeah, that was beautiful. And he put him on his arse right at the end as well
Yeah.
for the fourth
Wasn't there
goal.
an? I'm getting my. I don't know if I'm getting my games confused now. Wasn't there another? Was there another episode as well?
Oh, well, there was later on. Ashley Young took Kane
Yes,
out.
thank you.
Yeah,
I'm just
and
getting
that should have been a
confused
red
in my head.
because that was just a kick on the shins. It wasn't even a tackle.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's kind of like, all right, even if excuse me, Doty one was legit because he got the ball 4-3, whatever. It's just unlucky and fine. But plenty of other examples which wouldn't have been just unlucky. It could have been, equally as damaging to the individual and were more deliberate. So that's what I'm saying is letting the game flow when people are getting the ball following through, whatever it might well be. But when they're definitely not. That's why you've got the ability to warn players and potentially send them off if you have to make sure that, the ref's job is also duty of care to make sure players don't have career-limiting injuries.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the funny thing is, in some parts of games that you see, especially this season, you see the slightest touch and they give a free kick away. And then you get something like that where the follow-through is so heavy that it's just wiping the player out. They're just letting it go. It doesn't seem to make sense. There's no kind of middle ground.
It's the same as most decisions in football now, though, isn't it? Like there's one extreme to the other.
Yeah. And it's inconsistent as well.
Yeah.
From game to game, it just seems ridiculous.
I've seen a couple of Villa games recently, and I think what's his name, Gerard. It's a bit of a disgrace, really, because he seems to be sending these players out there to go out and put these kind of reducers in and these bone crunching tackles. It's it's got no place now, I think. But unfortunately, that's the way it is this season. But someone's gonna get a really serious injury if it's not stamped out.
I think you're right. And the thing is with Gerard, he's apparently lost 6 of the last 10 games with Villa. So he's obviously getting a bit desperate. He's trying things out, hoping that his team can muscle other teams. But when you're playing a top 6 side, it's going to be hard just to muscle a team out, I think, because they're going to play around you.
I thought on Saturday, because we're obviously in form playing quite well, but I thought they are due a win and we are away.
Yeah. Yeah. Although we've won there for the last, we haven't lost there for the last 14 years. So
Sonny likes a goal there, doesn't he? The last minute one, that was brilliant, wasn't it?
That's when he broke his arm, wasn't it?
Yeah, broke an arm and scored.
Yeah,
but that game I think says a lot about Conte's system. This idea that we really have to be kind of resilient and, as you say, about suffering and how, because in that first half we definitely did suffer, and I think, but then to keep that clean sheet, to soak all that up, to be that strong, to do that, and then when we got the chances, as Conte said before, to kill them. And we did, and we seem to be really coming to grips with what he wants to do now.
So is there a bit of a pattern here? Because if you think back to the Newcastle game, because we haven't really spoken since then.
No, that's true.
And that's fine. We have to review it. But I was just starting to sort of, I was watching it and seeing a few similarities, which was not just the squad, but also just kind of basically go out there, try not to concede, soak up all the pressure, let them have all the possession, knock themselves out, and then we'll come out at half time and then we'll fuck them up. And I'm not suggesting it's as simple as that, but I did look at it and go, well, okay, if you think back to the Newcastle game, apart from that one free kick, which basically they managed to get through, go through the wall and so there's a technical thing there we have to fix.
Yeah.
It was pretty much the same thing, which was let them have all the possession, blah 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 blah.
Let them wear themselves out. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then we'll go in at half time. We'll have an orange or maybe something stronger, and then we'll come out.
Amphetamines.
Yeah, that's when we take our amphetamines.
I was thinking more of a Red Bull, but okay. But then literally just come out and then come out in the second half and just go completely mental and smash them up. And I'm kind of thinking that's really interesting because maybe that's somewhat the strategy, maybe that's just coincidence, but at the same time,
no, I think there's something to be said for that because I guess when the game starts, you don't know exactly how the opponent's going to play, but you have to have a bit of kind of game management, don't you?
Yeah.
But I don't know about. I was just going to say, I thought in the first half, one of the biggest problems was we were letting Coutinho have too much room. So every time he got the ball, he was like doing his little flicks, and it could have been dangerous. It's just that they couldn't put the ball in the net. That was the fortunate thing.
Yeah,
I don't know about you, but the Newcastle game felt quite different to me. That I always felt we were going to get back into that, but this game, because I think of the context, it was such a key game where the opposite, the people that are fighting for that top four had all lost. It felt we just could not look this gift horse in the mouth.
No, exactly.
The anxiety for me was much more than it would have been ordinarily, even though we have, as you said, Andy, a really good record up there.
No, I think you're right.
Sorry, Andy, they're definitely of a resilience building. Definitely, like I think where our heads would have dropped before, we don't not necessarily dropping our heads. We're just carrying on and bringing ourselves back into the game. I think there's definitely more of a resilience forming.
There is, isn't there? There's a real belief, isn't there? And also, that Kulusevski goal soon after the halftime break. I thought the way that we kind of set up for Kane to be able to pick up that long ball and just flick it on, and of course he did it again for Sonny, was just almost something that Conte said, just let's bypass their press, just play over their press and see if we can just get a knock on and just get it through to one of our, oncoming runners. And that was just so simple football, and it seemed to just break Aston Villa down. It was unusual, really.
It shows you the power of good recruitment, though, doesn't it? Because Kulusevski, it's hard to imagine a more Conte type player for this system. It's just, as we said before, gives us so much balance. But the way he plays has added another dimension to that front three and gives more problems to the opposition to think about. And his technique is fantastic.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. He just seems to have so much time on the ball, so much ability to be able to turn out of a space and find someone else. It just seems to get all the angles right and just make it look easy.
Yeah, because that first, like as we said this before, I think, but that first game that they both played, Bentancur came on and he's smashing the balls out wide and stuff. And Kulusevski, it was like, oh dear, I'm not really sure about this one. But then all of a sudden he's just gelled, doesn't he? Like massively.
Yeah. I thought Bentancur struggled a bit yesterday. He was...
it's gone sort of the other way.
Yeah, I thought he struggled in the sense in the first half that he just didn't have any room and he didn't know. And even Kane was struggling to find space. But in the second half, Villa just were certainly second best. And it was just amazing to see how he turned it around. It just became comfortable for us.
I wonder if that's because we changed the game slightly somehow, or whether that's they blew themselves out. I'm not sure, but we somehow did get a grip of it, and then
maybe a bit of both. I don't know, but yeah. I get the impression that we worked out by playing over the press was probably an idea, but I'm not sure they had the energy to press that much anyway. They didn't seem to have the energy to track us back in circumstances,
So what the Muhammad Ali thing, rope-a-dope.
Yeah. So what you're saying from the first, because obviously I've only seen the highlights. So what you're saying from the first half, if we go to Anfield and play like that, are we going to get taken apart?
No, I think we'll win.
Yeah,
I've got a feeling.
I feel comfortable about us going to Anfield. Not so much that we're just going to win the game, but I just feel that we're in a good place, and I think we can give them a good game. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a good feeling about the Liverpool game, actually.
Yeah, so we'll see. So after the Kulusevski goal, we got Sonny got his second, didn't he? Did you all see that header? That header that
not initially, no.
No, I didn't see. I didn't see. I didn't see what he was doing at the start.
You mean Kane's flick?
Yeah.
Well, is look over his right shoulder and then his flick over his left.
That's incredible. I mean, I'm just thinking that not only was that, and because he knew where he was going to run, so that's part of the system, but the audacity of it, that you know where he was when he did it. I have no idea how he's not up. You know, he hasn't won the Ballon d'Or, or he should be in the final two for the Ballon d'Or, because what else does he have to do? I mean, he's one of the best passers in the game, one of the best goal scorers. He's smashing every record going.
Yeah.
What else does the man have to do to win that damn thing?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that was just, as you said, it's audacious what he did. But what was that?
That's just my flatmate making noise.
thought we were in a cross line then. Yeah,
it's the police. They're back.
It's the stewards, mate. I thought the thing is with Kane, he's got this. He comes up with all these different tricks, doesn't he? Every game seems to be a little bit different. He must be a nightmare to defend. Surely, I mean, if he's doing that one day, what do you do the next? You know, if he gets the ball to feet, he can turn, he can make the pass. If it's in the air, he can flick it on, or he can chest it down, or he can play it back, or
it's like he's playing on cheat mode.
Yeah.
No. Or like Jamie on the darts, you know.
Jamie on the darts, grifter mode. Yeah,
grifter mode.
Yeah, you're right, Fo. It just seems everything that he does isn't enough.
Yeah.
He's an all-round fantastic player. He won the Golden Boot and the most assists in one season. He still doesn't get enough credit.
No, he doesn't.
I'm sure we can all agree.
Yeah, definitely. He just doesn't seem to get the credit. It's ridiculous. I think he's probably the best all-round player in the world at the moment, because he can just do with both feet what he wants to do. He can head. He's got vision. He's got time on the ball. Yeah, he's just got everything. And to play with him must be a joy, absolute joy.
Yeah, if he stays in the Premier League, there's not a record he can't break.
No,
clean sheets maybe, but but apart from that,
he did play in goal once as well, didn't he?
He did actually. Yeah, he did.
He's gone from snake to saviour.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, I've kind of forgiven him actually. I have forgiven him.
Yeah,
now.
same.
Yeah, he's very nice. A very nice man. Yeah. So we had the second goal for Sonny, and then we actually played up the park for our fourth goal, didn't we? It was a lovely bit of play in the corner by Kulusevski. He did a little pirouette, got the ball over to I think it was Royale, played it into Bentancur, up to Kane, up to Sonny, and then Kulusevski took over, did his clever little bit on the edge of the area, and Sonny just put it away in the corner. It was lovely, just a lovely.
Yeah. It was a nicely weighted pass to Sonny as well, wasn't it? And as it just came into him, he just took it. Was it left foot? I think it was as well. Was it?
No, he took it. Sonny took it with his right. Yeah.
Oh, took it. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, swept it across. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was a beautiful goal.
Watching it back a few times, and you're quite right to pick up on the weight of, on the weight of the pass. He very clear that that was a team effort. So no one's trying to 3-0 up. Anyone can say, well, I'm just going to go for it, see what happens. Doesn't really matter, right? We're pretty much home and dry now. So I fancy getting my own bit of glory. But just the smartness of the guy just goes, basically sort of done what he can, run himself into a corner. But none of this kind of let's just whack it and see what happens. A very deliberate rolling of the ball across the box so that someone just smash it. Was just, they're thinking, which I think is what you want, because otherwise